I've been talking to developers. Well, I've talked to two, and I've asked them, why are you doing all apartments? You used to do condos or something like that.
Why are you doing this?
And they said, basically, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
We had to change our formula with the recession. We did condos, and some people got burned. Some developers got burned with that. Others made it out just in time. Nobody ran away with it and had an awesome experience with it. Every developer will tell you, wow, they were lucky they got through that.
In terms of just condos or apartments?
Just condos.
Just condos,
because,
okay.
you have to sell those
right.
to get your money back. Mm-hmm. And so if they don't all sell, then you're like, you're kind of in between. Should I just convert them back to, no, but I've already sold these. I can't convert them back to apartments.
Right.
So it's like you're stuck in this thing, and you have to play it out to the end. Because you can't just go rent the ones that didn't sell, because then that would create probably a lawsuit by the ones who bought and didn't want to have a rental community. So anyway, so I think that they, out of fear, to some degree, and out of the fact that there was a need for apartments, they just keep the machinery going. Unfortunately, or fortunately, there's people like you and me who are like thinking, okay, we need to think bigger than that.
Right.
We need to think, where's this going? When can we get an equity stake in the neighborhood? One of my favorite people in the city is Nancy Mammal, and she was Nancy Mammal. She is a huge philanthropist in the city, she built the building CO2 on South 10th Street. It's an apartment building, very super ultra modern, right across from the Grace campus.
Yeah.
Okay, so it had a coffee shop in the main level.
Right.
So she really feels that she saw too many apartments going up. Like, she felt like there needs to be more of a shared equity stake in these areas. And of course, there's all sorts of benefits you can imagine if I own in an area rather than if I rent.
Right.
And so she actually has converted that building to condominiums, and she's selling them right now.
The one with edgy colors, like lime green and dark blue. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's, I think, the only residential LEED certified building in the city for
interesting.
Yeah. So, but not to get off track, one of the things you raised is that what about how are we going to get different income levels in the city? How is it? Because it can, like you said, a lot of the apartments, they're expensive. Like Midtown, as I said, that was a catalyst for change.
Right.
However, the apartments there, they had some apartments and then some condos, and all of them were geared at
very upscale.
above what we call affordable level. So, and when we say affordable, I think we're talking about incomes of not poor people, but people who have sort of
like 60, 70,
starting level professional incomes.
Sure.
And so that is a fair question, and it is a concern, and I don't see too many people addressing it. So I'm trying to address it. I feel like the calling is for me, and it's just like a spark in my mind even in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
I think I need to see what I can do to contribute in this area before areas get totally, the prices get so high that we're not a diverse, broad-based community anymore.
Right. That's one of the things people love about Omaha. Is that we are very diverse. Races, ethnicities, just so many different. We're an eclectic group. Omaha really is.
Yes.
That's actually, I think, the root cause of, or the root problem with Midtown Crossing as a whole. They kind of made it seem like, you said it was purchased and developed by Mutual of Omaha. I say for Mutual of Omaha executives. Because everything there was super upscale, even the restaurants. If you're making like a city hub, and this is something that I think Blackstone actually does really well with, you have to make it not just a place to live, but also a destination. Omaha loves districts. We throw the word district on everything. Here's a new not Power and Light, but here's Capital District, Blackstone District, Flatiron District is coming up now too. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that we were talking about with regard to the juvenile jail.
Oh, correct. Yeah, just before this. But I don't know. I think Midtown Crossing did it wrong in that. No, of course, who am I to say this? But there's a lot of restaurants that I've seen after I did pay attention after I was more than 13 years old that kind of just come and gone at Midtown Crossing because it's very high end. It's very upscale. It's not. They needed more of the Chicago dog houses, and they needed more just like I want to say dive bars because that doesn't fit the whole environment, but more like maybe like a sports bar or two, like just more of a casual, all-inclusive space. It felt like, oh, I can't really go into Midtown Crossing because I can't afford a night out there. Sometimes, and I definitely can't afford to live there because, like you said, when they did have apartments, I think they actually transitioned them all to condos now at the time of this video. I could be wrong, but
they had a whole building that they went back to condos.
Yeah. But the apartments, when they did have them, were super expensive.
Yeah, they weren't.
All the condos, the
affordable.
cheapest one was like $200,000 for one bedroom, and that's not. It's very expensive for Omaha. If we're talking about Chicago or maybe a Denver, reasonable. But for Omaha, I don't think that's something that you can kind of get away with for being like a central hub.
Yes. Yeah, I think everything you said is correct, and I do notice, it is interesting to notice, and the viewers should ask themselves, if you went to Midtown Crossing on a regular night, pair of jeans, you just want to do something simple and not too expensive, where would you go?
Right.
And I think for me, if you ask me that question, I would go to, there's Wings there.
Rays, or no?
It's right there on the corner. Then I might go to a Bubble Tea. So Thirst Tea, they have a branch one.
Right.
Their main one's down there. The branch is out by me out 72nd Street.
Okay.
So that's affordable to get a tea, and they have some nice little Asian snacks.
Right.
That's affordable. But you're right. Like, there's only a couple examples of where you could really just sort of, they took the scooters away. That was kind of fun. Not that affordable actually, but they were fun.
Yeah.
You're right about that, and the affordability there is one thing I'm excited about. Is the Twin Towers building that I own a condominium there, and I am very involved in that building. It's 3000 Farnham Street, so it's 30th and Farnham. As one developer told me, it's one block east of Midtown Crossing, which is like a mile in suburban development. So it's I try to get a scooters there, and they're like, no, it's one block too far east.
Interesting.
But it won't be for long. But right now it is, and so it's very affordable.
Sure.
I'm selling condominiums there. I sold a young man who is an emergency room nurse. He bought his first home for $79,000.
Wait, is that the one where Werner is on the ground
Werner.
floor? Okay.
Werner, yes.
I love that building.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
It's on the historic register, so that when I first came back to Omaha, that's where I first went. I made a beeline there. This is so cool. There are a lot of buildings like that in DC from the 60s that are condos, and I got familiar with them there. And this one has all the same characteristics, both good and bad. Yeah. Because it's an older building, but it's fun. People are really having a lot of fun fixing it up.
For sure. I actually went to a Christmas party there on the penthouse, the top floor.
Okay, then you know.
The architect, he's an architect, I forget, or structural engineer or something.
Eric Wolf.
Yeah.
Yes, he's president of the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. But yeah, gorgeous place.
And I was privileged to sell him that condo too.
Did you really?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
The owner approached me and said, we kind of want to keep this kind of quiet. We don't want a big deal out of it. We do want to sell it. I'm like, oh, are you kidding? I felt like I died and went to heaven. The penthouse on the top of this.
It is the coolest place. 360-degree views.
Yes.
And it has like a little trap door, probably sharing too much of this guy's house. Right. It has a little like stairway that goes all the way down, like an emergency exit type deal.
It's got all these little cool things. It's like James Bond.
It is.
Think about it. It's 1960s James Bond movie. It's got curved walnut walls and the balcony and terrace all the way around it. Yeah. Every room has a sliding glass door out to a terrace. There's just cool things that come down from the wall and then has like a sink in it and like just
something magnificent.
It is. Yeah.
Someone actually told me. I'm glad this conversation led to this because I wanted to hear it from someone who would probably know. Are there apartments at the top of Woodman Tower or First National or condos?
No,
there aren't.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would know about them, believe me, because we're short of condos right now. We need more condos. And that was the follow-up to what we've just been saying earlier, is that the builders essentially, they said, well, we're building apartments, we're not building condos. So we really haven't had new condominium apartments. We haven't had any built since
there's not that many. There's really not. Only There's like a couple handfuls.
And
the ones that are super expensive.
Yeah, there's super expensive ones, and there is some movement in the condo market, but the condo market reflects the general market, and that before the recession, people were moving about every 5 years. After the recession, every 10.
Interesting.
So the turnover is not as quick. It's going to be quicker with condos because of people's lifestyles than single-family homes.
Yeah.
But still, a lot of people are selling their single-family homes. And there's two generations that are doing a lot, the millennials and their parents. So they're finding themselves again together. They're selling the big house, moving down to a more urban, walkable community.
Right.
And then your baby boomers, they're staying. I mean, they're buying, this is their last, and for many of them, they consider it their last purchase. And then they travel the world and they have a different lifestyle. So
there is one condo building downtown, I think no, it's not Westbrook. Is it? It's a senior. You have to be over 55 or 65. And it's a condo building or apartment building downtown.
And is that the one in near Dundee?
No, it's actually in downtown. It's right. It's a blue building. It's right on. I want to say Farnham. But yeah, so I think that was interesting that there's only one. But I think it's good that there is one.
Yeah. There are options, but there are few. There are very few options.
Right.
And I'm always encouraging more. And that's where, again, the Twin Towers is our kind of a last island of affordability in an area it could become unaffordable. Even that new apartment building, the Spaces that's up against the freeway there.
Oh, yeah.
Great building, fantastic concept. Chris Christensen did a fantastic job with that.
Sure.
He's a developer who developed condos and townhouses that were for sale.
It's a gorgeous building. I like their courtyard.
Yeah.
It's a cool place. But again, it's apartments though.
It is and they're expensive. So, and again, everybody should have something that they like at their price point. Definitely. I just think that everybody should have something they like at their price point and not just at a high price point.
Right.
Now, my frustration or fear is that as we begin to fix up the Twin Towers, we do know that the values did go up. So they are going up. That's good for the people who had been there a long time ago, who are on fixed incomes. Fantastic. They can sell and have a lot of equity. But how do we keep that area from going through the ceiling,
Can you take a HELOC out on a condo?
Sure. Yeah, it's real estate.
Okay,
I mean, ask a lender. I'm not.
Sure.
Ask your local lender.
Yeah,
right. But I mean, typically, it's real estate. So anything that you could do with a single family house, you could do with a condo.
Okay.
So in fact, I did on my condo.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because I wanted to have cash to invest in. So.